Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we are gonna do something that many of you have requested over the last 12 months or so. We are going to try drying herbs in our air fryer. I honestly don't know if this is going to work or not, so this will truly be an adventure. Are you ready for it? Let's get started. All right, so like I mentioned, I have no idea if this is gonna work or not, so we're just gonna go with it and hope that the internets and what I know about the world is true. So here I have sage, rosemary, and thyme from my garden. Now, these are three that I use a lot, so if I can learn how to dry them and store them here at home, I think that'll save me quite a bit of money. So what I'm gonna do first is I am just going to take off all of the leaves of this sage tree, branch, sprig. Yeah, we'll call it a sprig. Ooh, it smells really good. And I'm gonna discard anything that's discolored just because I don't know if that's good or not. You hear an electric guitar in the background. That is my 17-year-old. He is teaching himself to play guitar, and he's doing a really good job of it, but he picks the strangest times to play. All right, so there's the sage leaves. I'm just gonna kind of hope that that's correct. I'm just gonna get them in the machine. Now, it is very important that you make sure that your machine has its guard on. And the reason that you want the guard on is because these leaves have the propensity to fly up and hit the heating element, and you definitely don't want to start a fire. So, not that I've ever started a fire, but I've heard things. All right, so with the thyme we're gonna put in a little differently. We're not gonna remove all of the leaves because I think when it's dry, I'll be able to just pull them off easily, or they'll just chuff off easily. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm doing this right, but it's okay. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of time. Take a little time sometimes. Okay. Take a little time and put it on there as well. And I think I'm just gonna call that good. Okay, there we go. We're gonna get it into the air fryer. We are going to set it to dehydrate on 4 hours. I'll probably go ahead and check it at the hour mark, but then I will come back here and show you what's going on when it's done, because it's pretty much gonna look just like this the whole time. So pretty boring, but let's see if this is gonna work. I hope it's gonna work. And if it does work, what other spices should I try to dry? Basil, of course, but what do you think? Leave it in the comments below. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. All right, welcome back, you guys. It has been about 2.5 hours, and I think they are ready to come out. Let's start with the sage. So as you can see here, the sage got much smaller than it was. Like, this whole tray was full, and as it dried, it kind of shrunk together. That's fine, I think. I don't know, this is my first time drying, so yeah, this is how we know it's done. So everything that I read said if it crumbles, it's done, and it's definitely crumbly. So basically I am just going to crumble these all into this jar so I can use it like rubbed sage. If you've ever purchased rubbed sage before, that is what I have just made. So, and it's pretty easy. That's actually pretty awesome. I think my herb garden is going to get larger this next season. Usually I only do basil and thyme and oregano, but I may have to step up my game just a bit. Wow, this is awesome. And so easy to crumble. My hands are gonna smell so good. Alternately, I could use gloves and they wouldn't smell like sage, but oh, it smells so good. I use a lot of sage in my chicken recipes. There's a great green bean recipe, and we call it crack green beans, where you put a little sage, a little garlic, a little smoked paprika, and I think that's it. I think that's all you put in it and then some olive oil and you fry them up in a pan. Oh, they're so good. I'm actually pretty excited about this. Drying herbs in your air fryer seems like a very valid way to dry. I used to want a dehydrator, but I've done jerky in this thing and now I've done herbs. I don't think I need, and I've done, let's see, I also did some pluots in there this last season. Didn't do a video on it, but yeah, so it is a very valid way to dehydrate in the air fryer. Wow, there we go, our dried sage. Next, let's do the rosemary. There we go. Looks fabulous. I mean, oh, that still smells really good. And I assume that I will have to cut this rosemary up into smaller chunks like it is in my bottles. Man, words are hard tonight. All right, and check out the rosemary. So I'll probably chop that into smaller pieces just so that there's not big rosemary in my soup or whatever, because the rosemary in the bottle is definitely smaller. All right, so let's work on this thyme. Get all the branches out. We don't want any of the twigs in there. And then we'll go ahead and put it in our jar. And wow, I am super impressed. It was so easy to make my own dried herbs. Yeah, definitely a valid way to use your air fryer, especially the Pampered Chef Deluxe air fryer, because then none of my leaves touch the heating element because of the rack up there or the guard. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't think I thought that it wouldn't work. I thought it would be a little more involved than that process was, because all I did was literally clip it off of the vine and put it into my machine. So, and now I have fresh herbs for the next time I'm ready to make soup. So I'm gonna label these and I'm gonna get them into my spice cupboard, and that's that. What spice should I do next? I know I'm gonna do oregano. I know I'm gonna do basil. I think I'm gonna plan out my spring garden now, knowing that I have a valid way to preserve all of my herbs for later use. How exciting. All right, you guys, well, if you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and right now we're just doing something for everyone. So if you have an idea for me, leave it in the comments below, and I will see what I can do. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye. I need to go label these.